Today, we're going on a journey, but not to some faraway place. We're going inward. We're going to talk about the path to inner growth.
With all the noise out there and the crazy pace of our lives, have you ever just felt, stuck? Kind of like you're an observer in your own life, watching the days go by, but not really living them?
It's that feeling of being caught in a loop, right? An endless repetition of a pretty dull routine. All those dreams, you put them on hold, always waiting for the perfect time that, let's be honest, never really shows up. But deep down, there's this little voice, just a quiet whisper, that keeps telling you, there's gotta be more than this.
And that, right there, is the very first stage of this whole journey, finally turning to that faint voice inside and actually acknowledging it. It's that first quiet realization that, yeah, you were meant for more. And listening to it, that's the beginning of everything.
Okay, so you hear that voice. Now what? Where do you even begin? The good news is this path of change has been walked before. We can actually turn to the wisdom of some great thinkers who've kind of mapped it out. And it all starts with a really simple but powerful idea. Real change begins with small, consistent steps.
James Clear gives us this amazing insight. He says, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just think about that for a second. What he's saying is that massive change doesn't need some massive overnight revolution. Nope. It just needs a tiny, consistent investment in yourself, day in and day out.
And he has a name for this brilliant idea: atomic habits. These are the small, almost ridiculously tiny actions that, when you repeat them every day, they compound. They build on each other and lead to these remarkable results over time. So it's not about taking one giant leap. It's about the 100 small steps that get you to the same place.
But, okay, what about motivation? Don't you need that to build habits? What if you're just sitting around waiting for passion to magically strike before you take that first step? Well, Mark Twain had a pretty blunt but perfect answer for that. He said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started."
And this is the crucial part where so many of us get it completely backward. We think we need to feel passionate before we act. But the truth, passion is born from movement, from action. Just taking that first step, no matter how small it feels, is what creates the momentum you've been waiting for.
But here's the catch. The second you decide to act, something pushes back. You're about to meet your biggest opponent. And it's not out there in the world. It's this internal friction that the author Steven Pressfield gives a name to. He calls it resistance.
Pressfield says resistance is this sneaky, insidious force that's always trying to keep you exactly where you are. In your comfort zone, totally afraid of the unknown. It's the voice of fear, it's the engine of self-doubt, and it's that seductive whisper that says, you can do it tomorrow.
This is the battle we are all fighting inside. On one side, you've got the comfort zone. It feels safe because it's routine, but it's fueled by fear of what might happen. And on the other side, that's the growth zone. That's where we embrace challenges and take creative action. Resistance is literally the wall between these two.
So how in the world do you push through that wall? How do you fight back against your own resistance? Well, the answer lies in shifting your focus and discovering the one thing that is always 100% within your control.
Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the most horrific circumstances imaginable, really gives us the key here. He says, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Our ultimate power isn't in trying to control the world outside of us, but in mastering the world inside of us.
And that internal world, it only exists in one place. As Eckhart Tolle reminds us, nothing that happened in the past can prevent you from being present now. Our past is gone. The future isn't even here yet. The only place you have any real power is right here, in this moment.
This is such a turning point. The moment you truly get that the past is just a memory, and the future is basically an illusion, you can stop letting them have power over you. Your strength, your ability to make a new choice, your chance to actually do something, it's all right here, right now.
Okay, so we've talked about habits, about resistance, and about the power of the present moment. This brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the wisdom that really ties it all together. It's the secret to actually moving forward and starting your own journey.
And here it is, from the poet Rumi. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. That's it, isn't it? The most profound, the most powerful change any of us can ever make is the one we make within ourselves.
Look, this journey of inner growth, it isn't for some exclusive club or a select few. It's available to you right now. It begins the very moment you decide it does. So the only question left is, are you ready?
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Forget about the grand 10-year plan for a minute. Forget about the entire staircase. Just focus on one simple thing. What is your first